Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tiffany back with another video. In today's video I'm going to share with you guys a recipe that I came up with for low carb shepherd's pie. This recipe will be using my butternut squash recipe as well, so click that link in the description box if you want to see how to make that. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start with a hot pan on the stove, and I am going to be using ground turkey for this recipe. It was such a random choice, but I'm trying to cut back on beef a little bit, so there you go. So at this point I'm gonna add my ground turkey to the pan. This is about a 1 pound package of ground turkey that I'm putting in there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna season it up a bit. You know, we gotta go in with the garlic because that's how we do over here. Then I'm gonna go in with a bit of onion powder. Flavor. And then I'm going to be adding to the pan some black pepper, of course, because you can't cook anything in my house without black pepper. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit of white onions diced up. I usually put this in the pan before I add my meat, but I forgot, as you can see, so we just gonna throw that in there and let it do its thing. I'm gonna be adding a little bit more black pepper because it didn't look like enough to me. Next, I'm going to be going in with a little complete seasoning. This actually is total seasoning because I didn't have any more complete seasoning, so balance that out. We're gonna throw that up in there, and then we're going to put a little cumin. This is one of my most favorite seasonings. I use it in a lot of my seasoning blends. It's really bomb and earthy. Like, if you haven't tried cumin, try you some. Next, I'm going to be adding a little tangerine just because it was sitting on the counter and I thought it might be good to add a little different kick up in there. This is my top favorite seasoning, some smoked paprika. Yum. And then, of course, we're gonna throw some ground herbs in there. We got a little oregano. Yes, this thing came out so good, you guys, I'm telling you. So yeah, we're just gonna stir that all together and get them flavors going and activated. And I'm just gonna let that sit and cook down until it gets nice and brown and gets ready for the next step. Okay guys, so now my meat is getting nice and brown, and I'm just giving it a nice little stir, making sure every piece of that meat hits the pan and gets well done. I'm gonna let that cook a little bit more to reduce any liquid that was created by, you know, the meat and the onions. And then we're gonna throw in some trusty dusty cream of mushroom. Okay, this right here is the base for the gravy of this dish. You could make a traditional roux and gravy, which is fine, but right here, this was a quick and simple way to get your gravy going without having to do too many steps, okay? It's all about being quick and delicious, okay? So here we go. We're gonna put that cream of mushroom up in the pan, get all your money's worth, scrape it all out of there, get that flavor. And then what I'm going to do is fill this can up with some water. Now, what I did do at this point was add some of the water to the pan, probably a half a can, not a whole can, but I had it ready just in case I might need to thin it out or, you know, create a little more juice. So yeah, that's what we're doing right here. I'm just adding a little bit of the liquid at a time because you can always add, but you cannot take away. That is one of the rules to cooking. A little at a time, because you can't take away once you put it up in there. So a little at a time, okay? So yeah, I'm putting a little bit more, as you can see. And that's probably the perfect amount right there. Yep, just give it a shimmy just to see what it's doing. And let that simmer for a few minutes, probably about 10-15 minutes on the stove. So all those flavors meld together and get all delicious and juicy. And give it a little stir at a few points during the cooking process, just to make sure it's not sticking, and also to make sure that it's still moist enough. Okay. Look at me. Does anybody else have a hard time not touching the pan several times when they cooking? That is me for sure. But as you can see, I'm leaving it alone. I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and I'm gonna go clean up a little bit around me while I wait for this to come together. Simmer, simmer, simmer. Flavor, flavor, flavor. Yes. So at this point, I broke out my small 8x8 casserole dish, and I'm just gonna rub that down with some butter. Okay, so that all of our good yummy casserole slides out when it's time to eat. Okay, so I'm just gonna rub that in there, as you can see, just the whole stick, and I'm gonna take my fingers and massage it into them corners, because yes, I'm very particular. I like it to be the way I like it to be. So I'll make sure them corners is nice and greased. Yes, just like that. And then we're gonna scoop out our mixture. As you can see, it's a nice consistency. We're gonna scoop that out and put it directly into the pan. Nice even layer of this, I was gonna say ground beef, excuse me, this ground turkey mixture. It smells so good in here, guys. I wish you guys could smell what I'm cooking. But if you try this recipe, you will definitely understand where I'm coming from. I'm such a foodie, and this was delicious. It smelled delicious, and it actually tasted delicious. So yes, spread that out, nice even layer. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a little OCD. Yep, and give it a little shimmy, because that's what I like to do. And then I'm gonna take this butternut squash mashed potatoes. See, look at the texture on that. Nice and creamy and buttery and delicious. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna layer it on top of my beef mixture. Now, pause. Right here, guys, will be the point where you add your peas and carrots on top of your meat layer. But your girl forgot, because I was in the middle of recording and moving too quick. So yeah, I forgot my veggies, which is the most important part for a shepherd's pie. That's what makes a shepherd's pie. But yeah, so add yours, okay? But yeah, I'm just gonna put these butternut squash mashed potatoes on top and spread that out nice and even, corner to corner, so you get a nice little piece of potato in every bite, nice ground turkey mix in every bite. I guess nice vegetable bite in every bite too, but your girl forgot hers. So don't be like me. Put your peas and carrots on top of your ground beef or ground turkey mixture. But yeah, just spread that around like so. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, and then this is the best part. The best part, if you're a cheese lover, go on get your cheese and sprinkle it up on the top of there. Yes, that's going to be where the bubblation and the coloration comes from. So I already have mine in the refrigerator. I'm just going to go fetch that real quick. Trying to be cute with it. This is about 1 cup of cheese. I blended some Monterey Jack and some cheddar cheese because that's what I had in my fridge. So I just mixed that together in a bowl, and I was gonna try not to use all of it because I'm trying to be more conscious of my dairy products, but I couldn't skimp on the cheese right here. I could not skimp. This is 1 cup of shredded cheese, and I'm just sprinkling that around in an even layer, corner to corner, to make sure everything is nice and consistent. It's all about the consistent bite around here. Consistency in flavor and consistency in the bites. So yes, there you go. That was actually the perfect amount of cheese that I measured out. Who knew? So yeah, now that we got that all together, I am going to stick this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes on 375. And here is the finished product. I forgot to add the clip in of me putting it in the oven and setting it and everything, but this is the finished product, guys. This is the freaking bomb. Now we're gonna have a taste test. Okay, the texture is on point. Look at that. Gravy, mashed potatoy. Let's see. Okay, wait. I can't even talk. This is pretty good. Okay. So yeah, this is a new recipe, guys, that I created for all my potato lovers, all my carb lovers who miss that certain texture that you get from a potato. This is it, guys. Try this recipe. I promise you guys will love it. Thank you for joining me on this video. If you like this recipe, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click that good old notification bell so you'll be abreast of when I put up another video. Share with your friends who are on low carb lifestyles like myself. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Peace and love.